Hello everybody, it is Friday, the 6th of January. Now, I want to talk about this thing where it says in the Bible, God will not give you more than you can handle. And I also want to talk about the complete lunacy of trying to be all. So God will not give you more than you can handle at this moment in time doesn't seem to hold true. Because I see a lot of people that receive a lot more than they can handle. And they are falling apart. And we can see our esteemed leaders falling apart, trying to be all. So, and it is really knowing what we are. Because it came to me about 2 days ago that this saying of God will not give you more than you can handle pertains to the unconscious state where you are in the will of God and you will receive according to what you are. And that is the level of the rock vegetation, the cabbage, or even the level of an animal. Those levels receive, and they don't receive more than they can handle. And it is true for, especially on the animal level, that first of all, they cannot ask for all because they don't know it. Yeah, they ask according to their nature, out of hunger or whatever. And they will receive, and not only for themselves, but also according to what is good for all. So on the animal level, if you are on the animal level, if a population grows too big and puts up too much pressure on the rest of the environment, yes, that population will be cut back by nature. And that is how it works. Because it is not good for all. Nature wants to maintain balance. So on the animal level, yes, that holds true. But, and here's the but, we are not animals. We are not that. We have free will. We're trying to exercise free will, but we don't actually know how it works. We don't know what it is we're doing. So we need to get an understanding of ourselves and what it is we're doing. Yeah? So I have got the 5 koshas up, and really going first of all into the lunacy of being all, and then trying to show you how, if you are not naturally under the will of God, which we are not, we are above those levels, then how to restrict yourself, because you need to be the one that's working the restrictions. There needs to be a restriction. So, the lunacy of being all on the spiritual level is the Eastern teachings and the teaching of Vedanta that I've looked into especially. And what they say is they go through the 5 koshas into the bliss body. Yeah? So the physical body and the energy body that is attached to it, they're counted as one. Yeah? So I am not that. I am not the physical body. And then you go into the mental ring, which is thoughts and feelings, and that is the gathering. It is the gathering of information through your senses, and also reason is already starting to sort the whole thing out. Reason does sort the whole thing out already. You receive through your 5 senses, but already in a narrow way to that which serves you. There is more light, more sound, more other things that we cannot actually receive. So that narrows it down already. Then comes the wisdom ring, which is Yeah, wisdom about what? Wisdom about what? And to me, it would be wisdom about what it is you are and what it is you need. That is the point of prayer, where you should be wise about what it is you're asking. But I come to that later. So what the Eastern teachings do is they reject the physical. They reject, I'm not that, I'm not the body. What is around them that you take information out of is an illusion. And then you skip straight across the wisdom, because, wisdom is grown out of reason and taken in the information. And if you reject that all, you don't need wisdom. So you skip straight past that into the bliss body. And then they say, well, who? I am that. I am God. I am the cause without a cause. Yeah? I have no cause. I'm in allness. I'm all. Well, the reason why you are in that point is because you've rejected everything that would have given you a cause. Yeah? You've rejected your physical body, your health. You've rejected all the information that you were taking in as being an illusion. You skipped past wisdom, and yeah, there you are. You are all. Well done. But that state of all actually means that you are nothing. You cannot exist in there, because you is a defined form. So you are nothing. You've become nothing. So on the spiritual way, being all will lead to being nothing. Now, and here is, I think, what is happening in this world with our esteemed leaders, and then tying it onto the idea of bringing heaven to earth. They are actually trying to bring the purple ring to earth, to be all here. And that cannot be done. You cannot be all. You were not designed to be all. We are parts. We're not designed to be all. And if you try to be that, well, it leads to becoming a psychopath, lunacy, and basically frying. And what I can see in this world, again, backing it up with what I can see, or where I can see the problem, is it also leads to death. So ways of going wrong, ways of taking in too much. One way is if you have too many intentions, you set yourself too many goals. Yeah, I'm a mom, I will go into industry, I will have a garden, I will learn to play the violin. And then if you really want to put on the pressure, then become ambitious. That is then to say, I am super mom, I will become the head of industry, my garden will win every award going, and I will become a world-renowned violinist. And that is a sure way of getting yourself into an early grave. Now, our esteemed leaders actually doing something different, because their intention is very narrow. They only have one intention, yeah? We are going to be in control of everything. But then too much is what they want to be in control of. We want to be in control of people. We want to be in control of the environment. We want to be in control of the economics. We want to be in control of the weather. And that's where they're starting to fry. Yeah? So that's all in a different way. And people, I see people frying, and again they go onto the internet. And then again, and that is actually the physical equivalent of going into the bliss body and the spiritual. And that is trying to see all the information and looking at this from all angles. For one person to do that, yeah? So you look at it, it's occultism, it's based in the economy, it's economic, it's spiritual, it's, all angles. and then they fry. You can see a lot of people doing that, absolutely frying. So we need to get out of allness, yeah? And we need to restrict the input of information and what it should serve. So if we are no longer under the control of nature or of God, whatever you want to call it, then we need to be the ones that cause the restriction. Yeah? God or nature causes the restriction on the animal populations. But if that doesn't work with us, then we need to work the restrictions. So how do we do that? And there was something I heard again, and I turned my head into a corkscrew for for such a long time, and that is this word awareness. I am awareness. Yeah, I was listening to this guy, and he does meditation. He goes into the bliss body, into the fuzzy allness, but he also talks about awareness. Yeah, he has got two beautiful boys, and he says, I am the awareness that knows I am the father of those boys. And I'm sitting here saying, what? What is that awareness? What is that? And that is actually you being in the wisdom body. So if you go the Eastern way, you've actually skipped past awareness. That is the green ring. That is awareness. And that's where you narrow down the information that you receive. Yeah? And you must, going in from the physical, acknowledge your physical existence. This is what I am now. Now I am this. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge the information that you're taking in through thoughts and feelings. Yeah? Say it is real. You know, I love people that are telling me it's not real. You know, I really want to tell them, you know, just put your hand on the table then and let me take a sledgehammer to it. When I'm finished, you can tell me it's not real. You know? Anyway, acknowledge your thoughts and your feelings. And then there's something you need into the wisdom body. And that is where the restriction, that is where awareness comes in. Because when this guy says, I am aware that I am the father of those two boys, at that moment he takes on a persona. The persona as the father of those two boys. And then you receive according to what you are. You receive according to I am the father of those two boys. And I need for those two boys. And that is where you're absolutely restricting what it is you're receiving. And then you think that what's in the inner circle is good, wants to serve. And again, you are in that spirit. You are of the same spirit. I want something that will serve them. Then, you will receive intuition. And then you must trust. Yeah? Again, bring it down again through reasoning, through what you know about the physical. I mean, I don't think we should take wisdom indiscriminately either, but bring it down again and then make it real. And that is the only way to bring heaven to earth, and that has to be bite-sized. You cannot bring it down all. And you make it bite-sized by becoming an awareness, and that actually means becoming a persona. So, and within us, let's say I'm a mother. That is just a blocked thing. I'm a mother. But in that mother, there are several personas. That's to say, I am a mother, I'm a housekeeper, I'm a nurse at times, I'm a psychologist, I'm a taxi driver, and which persona does need to receive at that moment. What do you need to know, have information about? What should it serve? And then become that persona in the wisdom ring. And by that, you narrow down what you receive. What you receive will no longer be formless, because it will be pertaining to one thing. It will have form. And that you can bring back to earth. Bit by bit by bit. Not all at once. In the end, what happened in the book of Revelation, all of the heavens coming to earth. And then what happens to the people? Their hearts will fail them for fear. Overload. Complete overload. And it will kill them. And that's not good. So really, get out of the lunacy of being everything. We must understand how we function. And to me, that works. What I've just said works. Again, it might not work for you. Or, honestly, if you see anything wrong with what I've just said, please let me know. But to me, it works that way. Now, that is the way of prayer. Becoming a persona and receiving into persona. I think our esteemed leaders do actually understand that. I don't think they understand that they cannot bring everything down to earth, because they think themselves all. But they understand that they can make us into a persona, and that we receive according to the persona. And so thereby they control what it is we receive through the way we see ourselves. And as I said, you can't be the creator of yourself. So let's get out of we're all. It leads to lunacy, to disintegration, and becoming a psychopath. Let's agree that we're not nothing. We're neither all nor nothing, but we are something, and we can decide what it is we are. And that is what makes us fundamentally different from the animals that cannot make that decision. But in order to work this correctly, we must actually accept, first of all, that that is what we are. That we have free will. Yeah? We're being told you must be under the will of God. You must be pretty much on the animal level. Yeah? And that is again what our esteemed leaders are telling us we must be, because that way they keep control of us by driving us into a persona. But it doesn't work. You see, they can only keep control of that for so long, and sooner or later our true nature, our truth, what we truly are, that we are that which can decide what we are, that truth will come out. And then it destroys their structures, and the whole thing goes into complete chaos. And then they must create a new structure in which they give us a new persona. And the only way out of that circle is that we see ourselves correctly. We know what we are, and we know what it is we're doing, and we know how we are doing it. And then doing it consciously and staying conscious. And as I said, as far as I can see, that is what we're doing. And that is the way to bring heaven to earth. You're not all, you are not nothing, you are something, and you are more than an animal, you have free will. And there is a way by which we work our thoughts and our energies. And we need to understand what it is we're doing. Anyway, I leave it at this for today, and I talk to you again soon. Bye.